You did what?
Look, Dad, I know things didn't go exactly to plan, but we had it under control. Nobody ended up hurt, and Kovu is in perfect shape.
That is not the point, Kion. I trusted you all to get one single job done. All you had to do in the end was kill Scar and Zira. Now that all three of Nuka, Vitani, and Kovu are out of their sight, there's only a matter of time before they find out that they were played. I knew I should have just stuck to my original plan.
You know what, Dad? I don't care what our job was or what was originally planned. The only thing important here is that Kovu's back and everyone's safe. Let's not forget to mention that Nuka and Vitani got answers like you asked them to. They have the regeneration spell now, and that's all we should care about. We can deal with both of those freaks later on if it ends up becoming a bigger problem. But for right now, everything's fine, and everyone needs to calm down.
Wait, what? Nuka? Vitani? You have the regeneration spell?
Huh? Oh. Well, yes, surprisingly enough we do.
Yeah, what Nuka said. We sort of managed to trick them into telling us if that wasn't clear by now. I don't really know how we got them to do it, but they didn't exactly question our intentions the second we walked over to them, and that's something they normally do, especially knowing that we've been on your side rather than theirs for the past while. It was kind of strange.
Come to think of it, we weren't really told the spell at the same time. It was whispered in our ears. How exactly do we know if it's even the right one? No, the right spell.
It has to be. They probably only did that just in case there were any outsiders nearby listening in on the conversation. Either way, this is our only chance of bringing Nala back. It has to work. It has to. Huh. To be honest with you, I remember learning something about a regeneration spell when I was younger, but that was so long ago. I've honestly forgotten way too much about my childhood, but if my parents told Nuka, Vitani, and I about the regeneration spell years ago, I doubt they'd lie about it now on what they've told us.
He's got a point. Although, the part where neither Nuka or Vitani got questioned by either of them, it has me wondering if there's something bigger going on.
You know what? It's whatever. It doesn't matter. What's important is that we have the spell now. When I spoke with my father, he told me that when I learn of its presence that I need to figure out how to turn it into something good rather than what Scar and Zira have used it for. Although, if we're going to do this, I don't think it's safe to stay in the Pridelands or even Pride Rock while we do it. With our luck, we'll most likely end up ambushed by those two.
Okay, so what's that supposed to mean?
That means we need to find somewhere safe, just in case we do end up getting attacked by those two. They're not exactly the weak and puny lions I used to know them for from the times before they were killed off. Okay, you are definitely onto something there, Simba. I know I'm kind of out of my head right now due to that hit that was inflicted on me, but you're absolutely right. Staying here has only become a danger to everyone, considering that both Scar and Zira are eventually going to catch on with what's really going on. Did you, have a place in mind for where we can hide off to for the time being? Yes. Actually, I do have a place in mind, although it would probably be safe if we left soon. We don't know what those two are going to be planning, but whatever it is, we already know that it won't be good. And we most definitely do not need to get caught up in that. There's already enough problems as it is. Kion, go to the back and alert the others of what's going on as soon as possible. We will all leave before nightfall. There's no time to waste.
Okay, Dad, I gotcha. Fuli, Bunga, we're probably going to be gone for a long while, so be prepared for a lot of walking, and maybe even some running too. Like my dad said, though, I've got to inform everyone of what's going on. I'm sure they all like to know now that we've returned, especially since now we're going to be leaving. So come on, do me the favor and help me out on this. I think this would be much easier with your guys' help, so,
Sure thing, Kion. I just hope my family doesn't start worrying about me. That's all I'm worried about.
Oh, chill out, Foolie. You can always speak with them before we venture off. I mean, it's for the greater good anyways that we're leaving, so,
Family. Oh! That reminds me. The Pridelanders. We need to evacuate everyone to somewhere safe. Timon! Pumbaa!
We quickly heard the news from the Lion Guard. What's up, Simba?
Yeah, whatever trouble's thrown our way, we'll be there to help you in any way we can, Simba. Good to know. Look, you two, the Pridelands are currently under threat and may or may not end up getting destroyed soon. What we're going to do is flee somewhere safe and far. Before the time you even met me as a cub, you both have traveled far and wide to everywhere together. Do me a favor and gather up every Pridelander, spread the news out to them, and evacuate them to somewhere safe from any living threat.
That sounds like a really big job. Are you sure they're the right ones to be asking right here?
Yeah, I don't know about this, Simba. What makes you think that they'll even listen to us? You guys, this is serious. I know you both can be rather obnoxious from time to time, but there's a reason why I'm trusting you with a job like this. Please, just gather everyone up from around every corner up until you make it to the very edge of the Pridelands. No one stays left behind.
Okay. Come on, Timon. Whatever Simba tells us to do, we have to listen. We're at your service until the end, Your Majesty.
Okay, fine. But if this blows out, it'll be your fault for trusting us. We're not exactly strong, meaty lions like you, Simba. We're weak and lumpy. But, what do we do after we lead them to somewhere safe? It's gonna take a while. And not only that, how will both Pumbaa and I be able to come find you?
Don't worry about it, Timon. Just go to where we used to live. I know your family lives there now, but as long as I know where you're at, I'll be able to find you afterwards.
Hakuna Matata jungle.
Sure, let me just go greet my family knowing they'll be freaked out to see me again considering the fact that I was hit with some mutation acid rain that enhanced my growth. Sure, Simba, Hakuna Matata. Come on, Timon. Don't make this any harder than it is.
I am not trying to make this hard, Simba. It's just, my family is huge. I'll be lucky if they even acknowledge me without freaking out. Looking at my size compared to them, I'm almost like a titan meerkat.
It'll be fine. Just go.
Man, whatever you say, Your Majesty.
Those two are gonna be the death of me. Nuka, Vitani, go wait at the bottom of Pride Rock. Make sure there's nobody lurking around, but in case Scar and Zira do show up, stay low to the ground and do not make a sound at all. Understand?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Considering the circumstances, I think we're smart enough to be more cautious, Simba. So yes, understood. Good to know. Anyways, Kovu?
Yeah, Simba?
I'm, about my temper. I'm sorry for getting all cocky with you over the past few hours, days, or however long it's been since I've started losing touch with everything around me. Honestly, the world almost feels like it's against me at this point. You are your own person. It's my fault for not realizing that sooner. You're not your father. Nothing about you is. I've always had doubts within myself and with you. I can see part of your father there within your appearance just by looking at you, and it reminds me too much of what I've lost. My father, mainly. And I don't mean to compare you to your parents, but your actions and your personality is what makes you different from them, and you're so much more different from them. Simba, of course I'm different from them. I might have been born from evil, but that's not my aim. It's either problems or peace. And I think I prefer peace over anything. Bringing people together rather than split them up. Although, I suppose things weren't never meant to be like this, weren't they? No, they weren't. But that doesn't matter anymore. You've become more than what it is you were brought into this world for. Even under your mother's rule, I'm surprised that you and your siblings all knew that the way you were raised was wrong. I'll never understand how, but don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Not your parents, not nobody. Understand? I wouldn't dare to let anyone tell me about how my parents raised me. It was nothing but horrible. Anything different is just a made-up story. So yes, I do understand, but Simba, I really needed that. Thank you. No problem. But I'm glad you understand. You may go to the bottom of Pride Rock and wait now. Whatever we have coming for us very soon, we'll be out of the way and safe from danger. Just for now, none of that matters. We have the regeneration spell. Other than everyone's safety, I suppose that's maybe what I was worried about this entire time. Having Scar and Zira was only half of it, them being destroyed and shit. Yeah, I totally get it, man. Also, next time, don't apologize. I know what you've been going through, and I understand where you're coming from with all of this, Simba. But you're not alone on this. Try to remember that whenever you're feeling down. I can now see why Kiara loves that kid. Although I'm starting to think that the only reason why he's like this is because of her. I can't really speak for him though, because his siblings are also like him as well. Heroes. That's it. I'm going to search for them. It's been too long already. They should have returned by now. Hold on, Zira. New plan. Remember how I could predict the possible outcomes of the future while I was still in the fire? Yes, of course I remember. But may I ask, what exactly is your plan? Trying to remember half of what I've seen for the outcomes is all fuzzy to me now, but that hyena I used to give orders to, where is he? Hyena? Oh, right. The unnamed one. I haven't spoken to him in a little while. I can really tell you where he'd be. Is he supposed to be relevant to your plan? Yes, he is. But first, we need to step up our planning game. Our last plan was foiled. We can't have that happen again. Hey, did one of you two ring for me? Well. Just the one I was hoping to find. Hello there, unnamed one. You caught us at the most perfect timing. Most perfect timing indeed. Meanwhile, back after a few traveling hours later.
Ugh. Dad, we've been walking for ages. Can we rest now? My legs are really starting to give out on me.
Yeah, not to complain, but this is the farthest I've ever walked in one day. It's getting late out, Dad. I think we should rest. Oh, come on. We're almost there. Just a little more farther and we'll be able to make it. Don't give up on me just yet.
Ugh. Oh. No. I can't do this anymore, Dad. I don't think any of us can. I'm tired and my body is sore. We haven't stopped to take a break once whatsoever. We're pretty far from the Pridelands and nobody's even in sight. Can we please just give it a break? I can't walk another inch. Ugh.
You know what, Simba? To be fair, we have been walking for hours. Kion isn't just over-exaggerating. Please, if it isn't much further, then it won't be a problem for us to just rest for now and then continue our journey tomorrow. No lion or lioness is even going to be able to find us out here, especially Scar and Zira.
Ugh. I doubt any lion or lioness would even be willing to travel this far in one night. If it was up to me, I would have just went with my family to Hakuna Matata Jungle. I don't think we would have had a choice either way, Foolie. Although, I probably would have chosen to go with Timon and Pumbaa just as you would have chosen to go with your family. I bet you that all of the Pridelanders are having the times of their lives right now.
I'm really gonna pass out if I try to walk any further. Can we all just settle down, please?
Dude. Same. Ugh. I barely have fur or a mane in my body, and I'm really starting to overheat. I might actually pass out if I don't sit down for a minute.
Oh, you kids are seriously killing me. But fine. We can rest here for now, but as soon as tomorrow hits, we'll be back on the road. Do you all understand?
Understood.
Understood.
Yeah, Dad, understood.
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 Yeah.
Understood. Yeah. What everyone else said. I understand.
Trespassers! You do not belong here. Leave now or you shall face terrible consequences.
Huh? What the?
What? Who's there? Who are you? Reveal yourself now. I won't tell you folks again. Leave now. Or else. Wait, what? A white lion? How did... No. He's working with Scar and Zira. There's no reason why he should take that thin appearance-like form. We need to fight him, Simba. They can't find out where we're at. We should have just continued forward until we arrived to our destination. But you're right, Kovu. We need to fight him. Everyone, get back. Line guard, stand forwards, on guard. You all heard the king. Everyone but the line guard needs to stand back.
Huh, you said it. Huh. Come on, guys. You heard my dad. Right.
Guyon.
Huh? Oh, right. Hey, I don't know who you are, sir, but we don't want any trouble. If you're working with Scar and Zira, then back off. We don't have to do this.
Working with Scar and Zira? Ha! I would have assumed that you guys would have been the ones working for them. Who are you, and why are you trespassing onto my lands?
Huh? Your lands? We are the Lion Guard of the Pridelands, thank you very much. And what do you mean, your lands? Who do you think you are to be claiming this place as your land?
I don't think I'm just anyone to be claiming this place as my land. I am the Jungle Emperor Leo, King Kimba of the Farlands. And, hold on. Did you just say you're the Lion Guard from the Pridelands?
Yeah, that's us. What's in it for you, you white lion?
Enough of your play talk. I am the king of these lands. I'm the one who does the questioning. Why are you here? Oh, God, this cannot be good.
Dad, I'm kind of scared of this guy. He's very intimidating, and not only that, he's literally the king of these lands. What do I do?
You know what? You have a great reason for being scared right now. Leader or not, this guy means business. I'll take it from here. It doesn't seem like this white man wants any trouble. He probably just thinks we're trying to take over his land, and with that assumption, he most likely just wants to protect it. So, Lion Guard, stand back.
I don't really trust anything about this dude, but okay, Dad. Be careful. Oh, man. I have a bad feeling about this. Things aren't going to be all that great if Simba has to step in for us. Oh, shut up. I'm sure things will be perfectly fine. Come to think of it, it's probably better off with him stepping in rather than to leave us to figure things out. He's a king, and that guy's a king. It only makes sense, right? Would you guys just shut up? We need to hear what this lion has to say.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to give him the wrong impression of what types of lions we are.
Oh, please. For all we know, he probably wants to kill us. At this point in time, I doubt it would even matter if we were to fight back. We're all too exhausted for this stuff. I mean, come on now. Yeah. I think we caught on with that.
Stop talking!
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
Your Majesty, I'd like to formally apologize for the trouble we may have caused you this second that we've stepped into your land. As for my youngest son over there, I told him to step up front because we thought you were a danger to us. I am King Simba of the Pridelands. The reason behind why we are here is because we were searching for a place to stay. I had to evacuate every living being from my land for the sake of everyone's sake. Well, everyone's safety, to be specific. Wait, Simba? As in the son of Great King Mufasa? Yes, that is me. Although, how do you know my father? Well, Simba, just like myself, he's one of the great kings of the past. Oh, that only makes sense then. Wait, now hold on just a minute. If you're a king of the past, then why are you alive right now claiming this land as your own? I'm not claiming anything as my own. Everyone who was once the king of this land before and after me, they own this place, dead and alive. Although, considering the circumstances, you must be here for the same reason that I am alive. To keep your family safe and your pride protected. Is that correct? Well, to be fair, a lot of things have been happening all at once in such a very short period of time, to the point where, again, I really needed to evacuate everyone out from the Pridelands, so take that as you will. Just to be clear, though, we do come in peace. We're not here to cause any trouble. We just need somewhere to stay for the time being. Very well. I see no more of a reason to not let you in. You are all welcome here, just as long as you don't disrupt the land's state of peace. Any questions you might have, you can ask later. Although, you've been traveling for a while now, correct?
As if that wasn't obvious, am I right? Ow! Rude.
Yes, that is correct, Your Majesty. We've been traveling for hours non-stop with no breaks being taken in between. I needed to be sure of everyone's safety, that's all why. Please, just call me Kimba. Or, better yet, Leo. Whichever one you prefer, I suppose. Although, since you've all finally decided to make a pit stop in this exact area, go ahead and get some rest. You all look like you need it. Whatever thing you're worried about in relation to Scar and Zira, don't even stress over it. You're all safe here. Well, that's good news.
Oh, hell yes it is. Huh. You know, Kiara, I might have been wrong about the part where there's nobody in sight, but at least we're safe. Don't push it, Kion. I'm not in the mood for your smart-ass remarks right now.
Oh, you two. Get along. I get that we're all tired, but it doesn't mean start a riot. Yeah, what Kovu said. Although, Kimba's right. We should get some rest, so everyone lay down. We've got a little more traveling to do in the morning, and I don't want any of you to wake up feeling all sad and mopey because you didn't get enough sleep. So, get to it. Fine by me. Huh. That settled down a lot quicker than expected. Although, I would like to thank you for letting us stay in your lands, Kimba. We seriously appreciate it. So, thank you. There we go. Now I can see you much more better, but, it seems like you were going to invite yourself in anyways, regardless of the outcome, just as long as your family is safe. Yes? Well, if I knew this place wasn't an abandoned wasteland like how it used to be, I would have chosen elsewhere. Although, to answer your question, yes, I was going to stay here either way. You must be one of the last ones left of this land, though, huh? I suppose I am. The only animals that are left around here are spread out from one area to another. Truth be told, I'm not even supposed to be alive right now, but all generations of kings who were born years and years after me have been wiped out. I was brought back to life by one of the Farlanders. They used some sort of regeneration spell to bring me back. They were needing protection, so I gave them what they needed. A king. Yeah. Not to sound all monotone, but I understand. Although, now that you mention it, what exactly wiped the kings out? Well, Simba, truth be told, it was a curse brought upon them by some black magic. I'm not sure how, why, or who the person was that even caused it, but I'm almost sure it was the same type of magic that was used to bring me back to life in the first place. Other than the strength that I was given and also the fact that I needed to help keep the people of the land intact, nothing about me being alive right now is any good. Maybe I can change that for you. And what makes you think that, Simba? I can explain to you more of what happened and why I needed to evacuate everyone from the Pridelands, but before any of that went down, I lost my wife to a lioness who has been absolutely preying on my downfall. Wait, I've heard of this story before. Don't speak another word, Simba. It was Zira. Very soon after that happened, she was torn to shreds and somehow managed to bring herself back to life along with that dreadful black-maned lion Scar. Is that correct? Yes, but before I even found any of that out, I was hopelessly grieving. Then out of nowhere, my father got into contact with me. A lot of stuff went down from there, but in regards to that, my father informed me that I needed to find out what the spell was. The spell that brought back Scar and Zira. And, after all that was done, I needed to find a way to turn it into good. Or at least turn it into something good. Let me take one guess. One very fat guess, to be specific at least. Your daughter and your youngest son were outside of the cave. The future king / soon-to-be husband of your daughter was watching over them above. And then out of nowhere he randomly spotted out the weird forms that Scar and Zira had taken. After that, he came and woke you up from your slumber while you were having some sort of nightmare about him. Then shortly after that, you had to make sure that everyone was gathered to the back of the cave. You gave orders for everyone to stay put. And then you went to go scoop up your children and make sure they were safe to not only find out that they returned back to the cave by the time you went to go look for them, but that Scar and Zira were lurking from above and waiting to pounce? I don't know how you know all of this, but yes. Although after I went out looking for them, Kovu, the future king ran after me and informed me of what was going on, just to have Scar and Zira jump out at me. So I have heard this story before, yes? That's when you got knocked in the head with a few strong hits. Then while you were weak, they kidnapped him and took him to where they were staying to use him as bait to lure you in by yourself to not only take control of Kovu's mind, but to also kill you off while you were to make an attempt to rescue him. Should I even continue to explain to you, or do you already know where things lead from there? Instead of traveling by yourself, it was taken up by not only the Lion Guard to rescue him, but Kovu's siblings too. Originally, the plan was to not only have Nuka and Vitani create a distraction while also getting the regeneration spell from them, but to also have the Lion Guard scoop Kovu up, then for them to kill off Scar and Zira and to return back home after the rescue mission was completed. Yes, that is correct. But considering that they did everything but kill those two off, all ended up failing and I needed to flee the Pridelands with everyone else who was a part of it. If the Lion Guard couldn't gain the courage to kill them off, it would have been too dangerous to stick around considering the strength that those two even carry being alive right now. So now you're here while your entire pride plus that meerkat and warthog are staying in that place you grew up in before you finally decided to return home and take back the pride as yours while then also defeat Scar. Hakuna Matata Jungle, is it? Yeah. But wait, how do you know all of this again? You haven't exactly made that clear. Well, Simba, I'm one of the kings of the past. Anyone who was once king has the ability to see into the future. I may not have seen you coming here at first, but I have been expecting you and your family for a while now. I just had to be sure it was you who I was speaking to before I made the decision on whether or not I wanted to let you stay here. Wait, so if you knew about this happening, then do you know how this entire mess is going to be fixed, or what's to come next at least? Yes, I do, but I'll leave it up to you to figure it out. The outcome will still be the same whether or not I explain to you all of what's going to happen. That is honestly super weird. Wait, but doesn't that mean Scar also had the ability to do that? Yes, Simba, he did. Although when he was brought back to life, Most of what he had seen had become blurry for him. Unlike myself, he wasn't brought back to life from the clouds. He came back from the fire. Thankfully for you, those who are brought back from the fire don't have the advantage to remember everything they've seen. Good to know. But does that mean we're 100% for sure to be safe here? Unfortunately, I can't guarantee that to you. Although it would probably be best if you and your family washed off tomorrow as soon as you all emerge from your slumber. By now, those two are most likely aware that their plan has failed. With that would also mean that they're both aware that they've been tricked by their own kids for the sake of rescuing Kovu, plus the fact that you now have the regeneration spell. Okay, great. Good to know. So, with all of that, by saying that we all should wash up tomorrow, is that supposed to be a way to keep them from tracking our scent? Yes, but also, you all reek of sweat, grime, and dirt. I could smell you all from almost 5 miles away. Oh, well, sorry about that. It only really makes sense anyways considering how long we've been traveling. Hell, with how hard the sun was beaming, I'm surprised we didn't melt into a puddle. You might as well have at that point. Although, for when you get around to bringing Nala back, I wish you the best of luck. You'll need it. Also, if I were you, I'd keep caution of my surroundings. Just stay cautious. Scar and Zira won't be the first people that you'll have to worry about. The unnamed one will be. Rest easy, Simba. I look forward to discussing things with you and your family tomorrow. Huh? Unnamed one? Who the hell is that? Another lion?
Yeah, he's a dumb British hyena that works for my mother. I don't know if he's actually gonna show up, but he shouldn't be too much of a threat. All you have to worry about is if he finds us and outs our location of them. Other than that, we could always hold him hostage, and then make sure that he isn't gonna cause us any problems.
Huh. A hyena? I remember at one point there were tons of them living within the Pridelands under Scar's rule. By the time I made my return, not even the elven graveyard was suitable enough for them to live there anymore. Good times those were. Say, Nuka, there aren't any other hyenas who work for her, right?
Well, I mean, there are a few who live in the Outlands that feed alongside the other Outlanders in between meals, but that one hyena in specific is the only one who works for her, so no. You wouldn't have to worry.
Thank goodness. I was almost afraid we were gonna have to go out on a limb.
Don't even worry about it. All is gonna be just fine.
I just know it.
Good night, Nuka.
Good night, Simba.
Hey, Simba. I know we're all supposed to be asleep, but I have a bad feeling about all of this. Huh? Oh, Kovu. Yes, I know. I have a bad feeling about all of this too. Just try to ignore it until tomorrow. Okay, fine. But what about the regeneration spell? How exactly are you going to turn this into good? Well, Kimba did mention something about the great kings in the past being able to read into the future, so maybe all we need to do is to get some answers from him. My father hasn't been answering me from the clouds all that much recently, so I can't possibly get answers from him right now. Okay, but you still have to learn the words of the spell, don't you? Like all of it? I do, but thankfully for us, your siblings were able to give it. Just give it until tomorrow. We'll figure things out. I promise. Just get to sleep. Good grief.